Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be taking this little formica table and painting it. The top of the table is that plasticky type laminate or thick formica, and the base is all wood. So basically, it's the same as prepping for any other piece of furniture you're going to be painting. Everything needs to be scuff sanded. Make sure you do the formica or the laminate really well, scuff sanding, so that way you can ensure proper adhesion for your paint. I like to make sure that I get all the shininess kind of dulled down on the formica or the laminate before I start cleaning it. And that's the next step. Obviously, I'm cleaning right now. So you just clean it really well. You want to get all that dirt and debris off. During sanding, I noticed a little piece of wood that was starting to separate from the base. So I just threw some wood glue in there and yeah, that was about it to repair that. I just wiped off the excess. I didn't clamp anything down. It wasn't super loose. So that's all I did. And I'm using some Heirloom's Traditions paint here. And these paints are so old. I'm just mixing the two together and I'm kind of using them as a base or my primer. HTP paint is known for its durability. This paint was extremely thick and I did not want to water it down. I didn't know if it would end up compromising the paint. Because this paint was so old and kind of dried up, it was extremely clumpy and thick, and it really caused a lot of imperfections in my paint. So as I'm going over it with my next color, which is a paint couture brand in Misty Fjord, I'm noticing all these little imperfections. So I decided to do a textured finish. For my medium, for my textured paint, I'm going to be using lightweight spackle. I just mixed some in with my paint and it just almost makes my paint consistency similar to like frosting. This will help my paint create brush strokes and ridges and things like that. So that way it minimizes all those little imperfections and it almost looks like it is the way it is supposed to be anyways. I don't really measure or have a method of how much or how little to use to create a textured effect with the lightweight spackle. I just kind of do it till I get the consistency I'm looking for. Just add a little bit at a time until you get your desired consistency and then just paint it on as normal. If you want more ridges or brush strokes, you're probably going to want it to be thicker. And that's always a great way when you want to do a aged effect with using a second paint and dry brushing over top of your ridges or your textured areas or waxes or glazes. When everything was finished, I thought it just really kind of looked boring, so I decided to add some transfers. I have these really big floral transfers, and I just think they're so beautiful. So take a few minutes to figure out your layout and how you want everything to sit before you start putting on your transfers. I am not extremely experience with transfers. I've only done this a few times, and I find it difficult personally to figure out my layout. So I try and take a little bit extra time. Sometimes they have little arrangements already made on the transfer sheets, but sometimes they'll have single flowers and leaves and everything, and you have to put them all together to kind of get your arrangement that put together. So after you figure out how you want your layout, just take your backing piece off and then stick the transparent sheet down, and with the transfer side down, take your little burnishing stick and you're just going to rub on the little translucent sheet, and that just kind of releases the transfer off of the translucent sheet onto your piece of furniture. Once you remove the sheet, just take your hands and kind of rub over top of the transfer to get out any little air bubbles and make sure everything is pressed down. If for some reason you are having issues with your transfer not coming off of your clear transparent sheet, just go back over it with your burning stick until it does. Then you can just kind of take your finger and rub around. There's going to be like a little halo that is present around the image of the transfer. So just kind of take your finger and just gently rub at that, and that should help that kind of minimize it a little bit. And then the last thing I needed to do was seal. So after I got my transfers on, I sealed it with Miss Lillian's Lackluster sealant, and this is a water-based formula. It's extremely durable. I've only used it a few times now, but I'm really enjoying the durability that it is providing, as well as the sheen it is giving me on my pieces. It's extremely easy to apply. I just use a sponge applicator and I load up my sponge and I wipe it on. It dries really quick, and I did 3 coats on the top and I did 2 coats on the base. That was it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. I think it turned out super cute and it was a super easy, quick flip for me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.